welcome to the
Yeah,
series
Sumit, I
of
think we can
discussion on ROI on apprenticeships. And thank you for agreeing to share your experience of engaging apprentices and the benefits Faurecia has witnessed by being invested in the system.
Thank you. Thank you, Sumit.
Great. So before we dwell on the subject, I would like to ask you how the business has been post unlocking, and also how are you or an organization, being prepared to the new normal that we're talking about nowadays?
Okay, so the good sign is that the business is back to normal. We were not expecting before phase 2 of the lockdown that it will come to the normal before Diwali. But looking at the sale of the passenger cars, it looks like the market is again bouncing back. It also resonates the sentiments of the customers because lot many OEMs you can see is again back to record break sale of October 2020, which is a good sign. So the rain is also good in India. So the capital or rather the large vehicle industry is also going in a very right direction. So that is also a good sign. Pertaining to the exports, we still have the continue order from different countries, but the good thing is that because of BS6, the market sentiments is also good. People are again buying, and that's a positive news in whole ecosystem in market.
Great. So business is up for sure. And how are you adjusting to the new normal from the work culture?
So the work culture, especially, we need to take care of lot many hygiene issues. We have our own COVID standards which we have started, and then which is CV factor in our Faurecia case across the globe. We are following the same standards. In fact, like the workers are pretty much disciplined. This is the positive impact of the COVID. You can every time see people are taking more care about their personal health, and which was the need of the hour, but it is very good. In terms of productivity and all, earlier we were struggling before initializing the lockdown phase or starting of the plants in the particularly start of mid of May 2020. But however, the competency of the people is again coming back, and we can see culture wise people are also tuned what the industries are coming. So the answer is a very good response from the community.
Fantastic, great. And yours is a labor-intensive industry.
Yes.
And we've seen that there's been a major crunch that industry is reeling under, the shortage of people. So now have things back in place, or that shortage continues to exist for you?
I can say earlier it was shortage. Nowadays there is no shortage. But the thing is that see 70% of our workforce are coming from flexible manpower. Okay, so meaning combination of different manpower categories. Now, having said this, when it comes to absenteeism and all, we are getting people, but the skilled one who were there earlier because of the migration, we lost 20 to 25% of these people. And again the polyvalence level or the skill level will take some time to restore back. So end of December, I think the normalcy will come where we will have full skilled people in our perimeter.
So December is what you're saying that?
Yes.
So it's almost like we're there now entering into December.
Yes.
Great. So coming to the subject, you've been engaging with apprentices for a very long time now. So just want to understand that, first of all, it's been how long since you've been engaging? Also, what prompted your organization to look at apprenticeship as a model?
Yeah. So very honestly, Faurecia just started a few months back the apprenticeship program, but I will talk more on my previous organization, which was Lear Automotive. The thing is that we have taken a few batches of apprentices under the Apprenticeship Act 1961. And the good thing, Sumit, is that we have taken people into confidence. There was an integration project in Chakan plant in Pune, where all 6 ancillary units of Lear merged to the big plant, which was the mega plant, having the 50% revenues of the Lear coming from this plant. Now, why I'm insisting this, that we have received very good response from these apprentices when we reinstall the lines. So it's not like the low cost labor we have hired, but they have also demonstrated a very good ability when it was shifted from one place to the mother plant. So that was one of the reason, and the cognizance we have taken in this company also, and because of the new labor code is coming, I think hiring apprentices is a good thing. And we are absolutely 10% at this point of time when it comes to naps.
Okay, great. I think that's a great figure because considering that many of the organizations have not even started or just operating at 2.5%,
Yeah,
you operating at 10% is a fairly good chunk or the proportion of apprentices that you have in your organization.
absolutely.
So when you say that you recently started it, and I was impression that it's been long since we've been talking about it, it's been how long since you got started with
It
apprenticeships?
was mid of July or start of August. We started the batch of 50 people in our Chennai plant.
Okay.
The assignment was given morely in cut-and-sew lines, wherein like these people are working on very precision work or niche profile, which is the handrest of the seat. Okay, wherein
Mm-hmm.
the sewing lines and the threads are needs to be very precision, and that has to be taken care very properly. So we have deputed one batch. We deployed one batch there, and we saw the positive results. In the same plant, we have given the another batch to another technology, which is vibration welding technology, which is a part of plastic technology. So two, three technical dimensions we deployed the people, and we are seeing the positive results. Sumit.
Okay, okay. And if I may ask, how are you executing apprenticeship in a sense that have you made any changes or adjustments in the current system processes? What's the duration? What are the job roles? And just want to understand that.
Okay, so when we were thinking about having introducing the apprentices, the primary thought was we need a fresh blood who can inculcate their talent and result into good productivity. So what prompted us is basically the energy level of the people, and then we started the batch of 10 to 15 people, and then slowly we started increasing. When it comes to deployment, we have given them dexterity training. We invested some training hours, knowing them what is the product line, how they are ensuring, because the interiors, especially the instrument panel, being a safety product of the car, wherein the airbags is fitted. So they need to also understand the dimensions of the product as well as the MSDS of the product. So taking them into confidence, nurturing them helps them to grasp the knowledge, and accordingly, we build their polyvalence level or skill levels.
Mhm. Okay, okay. And sorry, I didn't get what's the total duration that you plan to engage them with? Since
Duration, we are still considering for 1 year as such. Now we are still negotiating and finalization of the certified standing order, where we can go for more duration, because all the time operations always need a stable manpower and skilled manpower. And generally, if you go as per the acts or the scheme, the limited duration will be there. So I think we can also change the duration. So to be very honest, for the at this point of time, it is for 1 year.
okay. And how are you monitoring the progress? Consider that they've already been there for about 5 months in this 4 or 5 months in the system. So how do you monitor the progress that they are making in the training?
So there is very clear formula when it comes to monitoring the people. One person is nurtured for three machines, and then we understand we have the individual cards also, how he is progressing on different shifts, different days, and there is a traceability. So we generally take the test of the person, and then based on the good produce part, we are and there are four levels of the polyvalence. One is I, L, U, and square. So the person is basically kept under the supervision of the trained person, and then the days whenever he's progressing, then we are taking the test after 3 months, 6 months, and based on the progress, we are deputing him to the CTQ stations, which is critical to quality. So test validation followed by the complete finished good products is the measurement where the performance of the person is coming.
So it's largely focused on the quality, or the quality gets related to productivity, or are there any disciplinary factors and the soft skill factors that you consider for your evaluation?
Yes, soft skill is like attendance is very, very important. Behavioral pattern is important when you are dealing with the things. In fact, we are also inviting them to give some improvement ideas, which is mandatory thing. And it is very evident that we are getting very good things. Example, reduction of the scraps, how we can like, do some kind of slight modifications in layout of the line and all. So these are also some additional factors.
Now, when you got started, I know, Rahul, that while on the Apprentices Act, you just got started now, but prior to that, you were on another earn and learn scheme that you were using
Yes.
to train workforce. So I just want to know, when you were transitioning or when you got started, were there any challenges that you faced to get starting bit of it, or the teething problems that you faced?
Well, there were two major problems. One is hiring, like, deputing these people, taking the different camps, moving their logistics and all. That is one part. And second is nurturing them and their stability. So these are the two problem, and then slowly we started giving priority to the problem. And most of the time, if you see eastern part of India, the people are very stable in terms of stability point of view, and productivity point of view also very good. So taking people into shop floor, deploying them, we should know that initially we cannot give them immediate job. We need to keep them as an observer to the with the skilled person. Okay, and once he is trained, he is getting some kind of confidence, and then he can be given directly to the production line. So these were the challenges, I think, initial days we have.
And you said that you've kind of addressed them by, I think, from the stability point of view, you said you've been able to overcome that specific challenge. But I'm assuming that this your stability, you're talking about the attrition of the apprentices,
Yes,
correct?
yes, apprentices
So
attrition.
when you got started, what was your attrition rate versus now? What is it?
uh, uh, Earlier we have not given them any kind of horizon where they will land after completion of the apprentices, but in fact we realized that we are not giving them the full kind of picture. And then we took some apprentices also into our permanent category when they completed the project, when they completed some kind of tough assignments which were given to them along with the skilled workers. So once this we realized, then attrition earlier was close to 25 to 30%, because people were homesick, and then sometime even they were not comfortable with the product because it is assembly lines and all. But having said that, if they see like chances of permanence is there, then it becomes easy. Second thing, what I personally believe that the promotion of the employability is also important rather than just giving a job. So nurturing these people, telling about if you are getting the skill of, let's say, pen technology. Okay, you can go to any other organization and show that okay, this was your skill. Maybe at 1 to 4 you were at 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to rate, so that the next company can give you the precision job, and the pay scale will be based on your skill. So this is also very important rather than just giving the employment. So post that, I think attrition was less than 10%, which is a normal organic attrition.
Oh, that's a remarkable improvement, I would say that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think also phenomenal effort taken in making people realize that what's in for them if they complete apprenticeship, whether they get employment in the same organization or not,
yeah,
but you tend to get employment in the industry.
absolutely. It's a cultural part, Sumit, because it depends upon company to company. If company feels that this person can be useful for us, it is okay. But I believe even though he is not useful for us, he will be useful for other companies also. So that's the point of view. We need to give some kind of boosting in skills for employability.
Very nice, very nice, great. So, considering that prior to this thing, you were engaged in a earn and learn scheme, or employability scheme that you were using, and now, of course, you've gotten into Apprentices Act. While it is too premature right now to say that what's the absorption rate, but what has been your absorption rate onto the previous program that you were engaging with?
Maybe I may not able to tell you in percentile, but there were 6 to 8 cases where, because it comes to 3 to 4% when it comes to, because it was a huge factory of close to 1,800 people in my plant, and
Okay.
we could able to generate some kind of good employment to few people in our wiring harness plant.
And with this, the current batch that you have, do you intend to absorb them as well towards the end?
I'm not sure, because see, the acquisition radar of the business is not very clear, to be very honest. If you see, if you foresee that 22, because there are a couple of end of programs are coming. If we are getting some idea about the acquisitions of new business, certainly we'll go for that, because these are our own people who are basically groomed by our own supervisors and all. So this talent we definitely need to have, but we need to have some bigger picture before taking the decision.
So obviously, it's all dependent on the business need and the business
Absolutely.
situation at the point of
Absolutely.
time. Completely point taken, Rahul. So tell me, are you considering apprenticeship part of your talent development or a hiring strategy, or it's too premature to kind of say right now?
It is, and in fact, that was the reason when we discussed during the COVID, that we need to alter the combination of the mix of employment when it comes to NEEM, contract labor, combination of NAPs and apprentices. We also hire apprentices under boat. The reason why I'm stating this, because next year I'm not sure whether the contract labor will be part of or it will be part of employment or not, because changing the employment laws, particularly code of wages, it will be thrown out of the system. So I think apprentices will be very good visibly visible, or NAPs will be very good visible for the employers.
Now, doing apprenticeship for some time and also engaging with the other employability schemes in the past, I would just like to understand that what are the visible quantitative and qualitative benefits that you have witnessed?
Okay, so a good thing is that we need a raw talent who can give their best. So, and I always believe if you are taking some efforts, special efforts by nurturing them, giving them the challenge, people will do that. Example, generally in automotive, Sumit, there is a launch. Okay, SOP is there. During the SOP, every company wants their SOP to be green. Okay, there should not be any problem. So we generally take the top 5 meetings in the morning. We take people into confidence, saying that okay, this is SOP, we need to go green and all. So when it comes to taking people into confidence, they are giving very good results. It's not like monotonous job that 9 o'clock you have to come and perform the job and go out. Every time there is a hand holding given by their n+1, given by managers, supervisors, and the plant managers. We are also appreciating them in a town hall meeting during the appreciation, because of appreciation, because of anything what they are doing. So that's also important.
But again, Rahul, if somebody wants to learn from you, that how are you engaging and what are the benefits that you're seeing of apprenticeships? Do you see that there are visible qualitative and quantitative benefits? I can understand that you are, recognizing them, motivating them, because at the end of the day, of course, they're contributing to your business as well. But so what are those those benefits that you see of engaging with apprenticeships?
See, after 1 or 2 months, you will always get a kind of productivity which you were expecting. So let's say I'm deputing one apprentice, and then I'm checking the quality of the person, whether he is performing right or not. We generally get the end of the line report every day, and then we see that okay, he is giving very good kind of support to the organization in terms of quality of the product, in terms of regulations of the product. When it comes to quantity, when it comes to delivery and all, we always see that the person gives a very kind of special inputs, and generally when it comes to the firewall, when it comes to end of the lines, there are inspector who checks the quality and all, and we evidently see that we have seen that there are very very less kind of rejections which are passing. So these are some kind of qualitative products which we are passing to the next level, and this can be advantage to the company engaging apprentices.
So productivity you see is something which has a drastic improvement.
Yes.
Now, talking further to this, if you were to engage people externally or directly rather than taking them through the apprenticeship route, do you see a difference in the productivity levels?
Yes, because if we are taking people, let's say lateral hire, okay, instead of apprentices who have pass out 2 3 terms in other company, they are very much biased in terms of work, because they might have work in other companies with some kind of prejudice mind, and they will just come and they will produce the part. What we feel that unless and until the apprentices or whosoever the new energy people who are coming, young talent coming to our plant, understand the product, the quality of the product, the SNR, safety and regulations of the product, they should not start the line. So that's the reason we have 16 hours training, which is safety training, regulation training for these people regarding the products and all. And unless they are completing this, we are not hiring. So meaning, Sumit, the people who are having the energy, we are utilizing, channelizing that energy into right sense, rather than taking the lateral hire or something like this.
Great, great. So, do you think that apprenticeship is paying off, and is it, it's meeting your expectation?
Yes, it is. It is, and in fact, that is the reason we started this in my company, this company also, and that is giving very good results to the organization. But unfortunately, few of the HRs are selling apprentices in a wrong sense. That is a low cost. I think we need to sell this as a opportunity to groom our own people.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think that exactly what we want to, convey through this particular session. That
Mhm.
what are the right ways of engaging with apprenticeship, what they can learn from you, and what is it in store for them once they do, or get into a practice of doing apprenticeships.
For example, I will just narrate you. We in my previous organization, we were having some kind of connectivity with these apprentices also, especially their family connectivity. And I think this was one of the reason when we rehire the
Okay.
apprentices as our lateral hire. So this has given also very good kind of response, especially from union. Also, they recognize this. So this is one point of time. Second, when it comes to hiring the people, mm, we should have the good mix of local as well as the regional kind of hiring. So because then it gives a very good ratio, and you can able to analyze and maintain the social kind of political atmosphere also. Third thing is that you need to, or HR or maybe operation needs to have the parenting role for these apprentices. I will give you one example. In one of my previous organization, which is LG Electronics, we were parenting not only the apprentices but also all blue collar workmen. Meaning, one HR person was deputed for 100 to 150 head counts. Okay, and then we used to go to meet them during their tea time. It is not like that they will come to us as a problem solver and all. We need to go to them, we need to narrate, okay, do you have anything, and these problems needs to be addressed within 48 hours. That was one of the target given to us. So this kind of small efforts, if you are taking, I think this will really add value, and this will boost the organization's morale also.
I think those are great tips coming in from you and valuable tips coming in from you, Rahul. Uh, any specific episode or an incident that you can recall which kind of elaborates the exemplary performance by an apprentice?
I think I have seen the journey of two people in my whole life. One is my current company also, who started as an apprentice and currently is a board of director. Because the company is trusting the performance of the people and time and again giving the opportunity to grow within the company. So that is one of the thing I have seen, and which is very proudful. And this is very very important that even though if we think and give the opportunity to our own people, boosting their skills, boosting their and coming out of their comfort zone, they will certainly grow. Second, I think one of the incident where one of the apprentices, rather two apprentices have secure very very good productivity during the crisis. We were catering to a major of the OEMs, and because of one of the IR issue, we were not able to cope up. But nobody was there in that shift, and these two people who were trained on that machines were recalled, and we asked them to continue operate that machines, and we feel very proud that we could not able to stop that line because we were JIT customer just in time, and we could able to survive with the customer line because of this. These were small example, but the commitment of these people coming through their residences and catering to customer lines is very very important. Even we appreciated them in front of customers only, so that's important.
Yes, I think these such small incidents and small gestures speaks volume about
Absolutely.
their engagement and loyalty.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So, what's your final verdict, Rahul? Would you recommend apprenticeships to your peers?
Of course, I think we need to promote these kind of things. Whosoever are the HR need to convince their board of directors or the senior management to have the benefits of these apprentices. We only not only need to convince them, but as a society, we need to boost their employability also, which is my personal appeal. And we need to also promote kind of a different apprentices scheme, irrespective whether it is coming through act, coming through boat, or coming through different thing. End of the day, our employability within the India needs to be boosted, and these people needs to get the employment. Sumit.
Fantastic, fantastic. Great, Rahul. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable experience. I'm sure it's going to motivate many employers to take up apprenticeships.
Thank you, Sumit.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Great.